Hey guys, how's it going? I am posting this prophetic word on a Friday because I feel a sense of urgency on it. I am typically someone who sits on prophetic words for a while, but I felt the Lord tell me to come on and to post and to go and just tell this right now before the weekend. So I'm just hopping on to give this prophetic word. It shouldn't take long because it's Friday and I just wanted to record it because I feel like he's telling me to do it quickly. Maybe someone needs it. People may feel discouraged. People may feel like they're waiting and they don't know what's happening, what God is doing, if it's coming. And so I feel like he's sending me just to encourage people to keep going and to stay expectant and know that he is working on things behind the scene. Hey Sharice, how's it going? You always catch my lives. I know some people are like, I never catch it, but I'm excited. Hi, Caitlin. I'm excited. I have your message, but it's been busy. As you can see, I have to do a prophetic word, and it's like a bit of urgency on this prophetic word, but I'm going to get back to you because I'm interested in getting to know where you are and what's happening, but this week has been busy. Definitely busy. But I'm just being obedient, hopping on. I typically don't do lives on Fridays. I usually go live on Wednesday. So I'm just hopping on and being obedient because I feel like people need it. I feel like it is, people have been waiting, people have been expectant, people have been hearing this, people have been hearing God say that he's going to do these things. You know, prophetic words are saying that he's about to do it. And I feel like it's just encouragement. Like, so people know that it's what's about to come, that God is still doing it, that he will do it, and that they should know that it's about to happen. So I'm going to get started because, again, I don't think it's going to be too long. I literally just, he gave me the word this morning, and then I just sat down like 10 minutes ago to write this. So we'll see how this goes because this is just how he uses me. So this morning I put a post up that said, many are incubating wealth. Your eggs are about to hatch. And so I'm like, just to give you guys background, I was in prayer this morning, and usually I'll go in prayer and I'll say, Lord, where are we? Hey Joyce, how's it going? Where are we in this hour? What do you want me to tell your people? Where are we? Just give me an update on where we are. So I'm in prayer, and then I sat down, and then sometimes I'll like take a little quick nap. Like I'll take a nap for like 3 minutes, and then he'll give me a vision while I'm in that nap. And this nap, it was this vision that he showed me, it was like eggs. So some eggs were still in the egg, and some were actually scrambled and ready to go. So I'm like, okay, what does this mean? So he uses like this book for me, and I'm like, what does this mean? So egg is symbolic of incubating wealth. So he told me to look up the word incubate. Incubate, to sit on in order to keep them warm and bring them to hatching. So this is where we are right now. Like some people may feel like, you know, I'm hearing about the wealth transfer. I'm hearing that God is going to provide. I'm hearing that all of this. Hey, Joyce, exactly. I know you never catch my live, but maybe I know it's for you. Actually, it stems from our conversation we had the other day. So this is for you. That's why you're on here. And so some people may feel like, I don't know what's happening, but he's saying that, and typically he has me speak to people who are building, you know, builders, people who have heard God tell them that they need to create a ministry, a business, a company, or this or that, whatever. He uses me to speak to those people in this word. And let me put this disclaimer out there. My prophetic words are not for everyone, but if you feel like it's for you, take it to the Lord in prayer. But this is for the people who are building, the people who God has said, I need you to do this. I need you to obey. I need you to go. You may not know why I'm telling you to do this. You may not have the answers. You may feel blind and lost, and I'm just doing this, Lord. Why do you want me to do this? It's for those people. This word is for those people who you're like, God, this doesn't make sense. Why am I doing this? This does not make sense. So if you are someone who feels like that, this is probably for you because you're like, Lord, you told me to do this. You told me to step out. You told me to build it. You told me to create it. So what's next? I'm sitting here. I'm sitting on this. I'm sitting on what you told me to do. But I don't see anything happening. It is barren. It is desolate. I don't see anything happening right now. And so, again, I'm going to read it again. Incubate, to sit on in order to keep them warm and bring them to hatching. So if you are someone who had, like, you built it, you started it, you created it, you did it, but you don't see it, you're sitting on it right now. You're keeping it warm. You're getting it ready because when the time comes, the eggs are going to hatch. Like, you've been sitting on what you created. You did the work. You started everything. But he's saying that because you're sitting on it, just stay where you are. Don't move. Don't get anxious. Don't go and try to do something that he hasn't told you to do. Just sit and just wait on him. And I made a post this weekend about patience. Like, it's about being patient. It's about staying where you are and not moving ahead of him. Allow him to stay and just do the things that he needs to do. So I asked him for scripture because I'm like, Lord, eggs, what does this mean? So he led me to, like a partridge that hatches eggs, it did not lay, are those who gain riches by unjust means. And this is Jeremiah 7:11. So basically what he's saying is that these are things you build in this. This is going to come to you because you were obedient and you built it. Like, people talk about this wealth transfer and everything, but it's also coming through. Like, it's going to flow through the kingdom from what you have created. And so what he's saying is that when you built that ministry, you started that nonprofit, you started that lotion or whatever business that he's telling you to do, like, your wealth is going to come through it. And I'm a prime example of me. I'm going to give you guys an example of me where it was just like me with Journey to the Kingdom. And I'm like, you want me to build this? You want me to start this challenge? You want me to start this group? You want me to do all of this stuff? Okay, cool. But then when my eggs hatched, like, so many people came to me and they was just like, I did this and I was booked. Like, I had so many appointments. Like, I'm still working my job and I'm working this on the side of it and I'm getting increase from it. Like, that's what he's saying right now. He's saying that it may not make sense right now, but when he comes and those eggs hatch, it is going to hatch and it is going to bring you wealth. So on top of my job that I work, I'm still getting wealth from what he told me to create. So I really wanted to hop on and stress the importance of that, is that it may not make sense, but just keep doing it. Don't stop doing it. Don't get discouraged and stop building. If you're someone who already has it built, or I just heard the Holy Spirit tell me, if you're someone who has been questioning building it, if you're someone who has been saying, I'm waiting on you, God. You know, God, you told me to do this, but I don't have this, or I don't know, this doesn't make sense. I don't know. He's saying go, because I started looking up the process of incubation. And on average, it takes about 21 days. He had me look this up. 21 days for an egg to hatch once the incubation begins. So once that process starts, it takes 21 days. And he highlighted 21. I feel like 21 days from today is November 20th. November 20th is going to be, something's going to happen around this time. I can feel 21 days. So this is for someone who is questioning if they should do it. Questioning if they should keep going. Questioning if this is for them. Like, just do it. If you haven't tied up those loose things, do it, because he can't move if you don't have it built, if you don't have it done, if you haven't created it, if you haven't done it. He's basically using me to say finish it and do it, because the next 21 days, and my pastor brought this up, October, November, December will be miracles, signs, and wonders. Like, you're not going to believe it, but if the things are not done, he can't do it. And so I feel like if it's someone on here, multiple people on here who may feel as if, okay, I'm waiting on God, I'm waiting for him to do it, but he is just, November is, and I said this in a few prophetic words before this, November is going to be amazing. And so 21 days from today, November 20th, so just do it. And so another thing that he told me is, don't try to take things into your own hands. Like, don't just try to go and do things that he didn't tell you to do. Don't just try to go and just create your own vision and try to make it happen. You know, if it doesn't seem like it's working right now, it will. It's going to work out in the end. And that is what he's really focusing on right now. Like, some people may feel like, okay, Lord, you told me to start this coaching business. But I don't see anyone. There are no prospects. There are no people even around. But what he's saying is just to be patient and sit still, because once he comes and he puts his hand on it, it's going to take off. So he also wanted me to mention that you are giving birth to those visions and everything that he has. So these are the things that he needs in the earth. These are the things that he wants to birth, and you are giving birth to it the same way of like the egg hatching. Think of it that way. Like, your vision and what God has been telling you to do is just inside this egg. It's that egg, and everything is inside that egg. But once that egg hatches, like once it hatches like that, it comes out like that. It comes out of the egg. And that is what God is saying, like right now. You know, it seems like a weird thing to mention is that it's hatching, but that, if we can think of it that way, that it is about to hatch. But it's about us being patient. It's about us waiting on him. It's about us not giving up. Some people may feel, I feel like a lot of people are being attacked or feel discouraged right now, or feel like it's just not going to happen. But I feel like he's using me to come in, and he's used me. I know for people around me, like, wow, like you just got booked with all these people. But it's like I said, some of those eggs were already scrambled. Some of those eggs were ready to go, but some of them were still in an egg, which means they needed to hatch. So just being patient and knowing that God is still working behind the scenes. You may not know it. You may not see it. It may not even seem as if it can happen. You did all this work. You invested in it. You put your money and you built it and it happened. But then you're like, okay, what's next? Well, what he's saying is that you're just waiting on him. But 21 days, I just don't. It's something about 21 days that I don't know. When I look, 21 days is always a number to break a habit or start a new one. Exactly. It's something new. Like, and that's when I started to write this, I started to mention, like, think about 21 days as a habit. Starting something new, getting out of a habit. Something like that with this 21 days. Hey, Jasmine, how's it going? Hey, Caitlin. Yeah, so Caitlin, I wasn't able to read our follow-up message, but if you are someone that you feel like God is saying do it, like, just know that he is working on it. Like I said, this is not going to be too long like my typical prophetic word videos, but I just really feel like it's just to encourage people right now. Like, don't allow the enemy to make you feel as if nothing has happened. Don't allow the enemy to come in and make you give up and just stop working on it. Like, that's just his tactics to come in and steal, kill, and destroy. He doesn't want you to have the wealth and the abundant life that God wants you to have. He's going to come in and try to distract you. He's going to come in and try to delay you. He's going to come in and try to keep you off track from what God has told you to do. I honestly feel like this is the time to just finish and to just go and to just do it, because whatever it is about 21, whatever it is about November 20th, it's something about November. And like I said, there is something very, I don't know. I've been saying November for quite some time. So good. Joyce, amen. Thanks, John, for this prophetic word. Yes, Joyce, like, I know we spoke about this the other day, and I'm writing it, and I'm seeing it, and I saw this egg, and you came to my mind, and I know we spoke about your ministry and the things that you were doing. I honestly feel like he probably had me come on to talk to you. Like, this is probably just for you. Maybe it's for a lot of other people, but I know just from our conversation that we had of questioning, like, should I go? Should I do it? Should I do this? When should I do it? I feel like I'm delayed. That delay is just the enemy coming in to stop you from moving into what God needs you to do, because it has to be built. It has to be in place. Things need to be in place in order for him to come in and really move in the way that we've been seeing it. And it's like, I mean, I use myself as an example. I was like, okay, I'm doing this, but what's next? Well, God came and showed me what was next. So I can be a perfect example of when God comes in. Like, people have sought me out to say, I saw your video and like God told me that I needed to contact you. I saw your video and God told me that to call you. I saw your post and God told me to reach out to you. Like, we may not know, but God is speaking to people through us. So if you have a ministry, you have this, it's like, I need that. I need to go to that person. I need to seek out that person. And that is what's happening. So I feel like someone's watching me who's the coach, and it's just like, I don't know what's happening. I'm not seeing people. I have a couple of people, but I know I expect more. Well, more is coming, because, for me, I never would have expected it to go the way that it's going right now. Quite honestly, it still blows my mind. It blows my mind how things have been going. So I just really wanted to encourage someone who feels as if, it's not happening. I also see someone with a spa, like a spa. And I'm going to post this on my YouTube. Maybe it's for someone on my YouTube. But I see someone who has a spa, that they're just in the spa by themselves. Nothing is happening in the spa. But I see God coming in. I see people at the door. I see people going to this spa. Even though you may have felt like, why did I do this? And people may have said you may have left work or you left your job to open this spa. But I see a spa right now for whoever this is for. Facebook, YouTube, whatever. But I see the spa having people, like, some kind of work. Something that you're doing. It's a spa, some kind of business. But whoever that's for, walk by faith, not by sight. And I've been talking about believing. I've been talking about faith. That has been a pillar for me. It's just when God spoke to me and told me he would do these things, I believed it. I believed it. I said, okay, well, if I'm hearing this, if I'm seeing it, if people are speaking this into my life, if people are saying that this is going to happen for me, like, if I don't believe, what happens in the end? Whether I believe it, like, I can either not believe and not have faith and say, you know what, that will never happen. That will never happen for me. Why am I believing it? Or I can say, you know what do I have to lose? But to say, you know what, I'm going to say this. I'm going to stand on this. I'm going to say it. What do you have to lose? Like, you believe it and you do it. Either it happens or it doesn't happen. But if it does happen, you're like, man, I had faith and I believed and it happened. Like, that's what I really want people to get, is that what are you losing by believing in what you're hearing God tell you? Like, truly believe it. Truly stand on it. Truly say, you know what, like, I believe it. And for me, I believed that I would be able to touch women and help women from all over the world. I believe that, and he has shown me that my belief is what happened. Like, that was the key. I talk about keys. My belief is what was the key. And so I really want people to get that. Like, believe it. If you hear it, if you speak it, believe it. About a job that he's going to bless me with, I felt the urge to prepare more. Yep. So if that is something else, like a job or a position, things like that, you know, updating your resume, you know, applying, looking into comparing different places. So if it's a job, whatever it is, that door, whatever he's opening it up to you, this is a season to get ready for it. Prepare it, put it in place, put things in place. You know, I always talk about automating. Like, if you do have a business, to automate it, to make it easier for you so that you could reach more people. Because if you're on the computer trying to keep up and things are not automated, you can't reach as many people as you could if things were in place. So things like that, preparing and having things in place are key right now. And the same thing with my nonprofit. Yep. Speak, month of harvest. I did my website. Oh my God. Oh, congrats. Yeah. The website, things like you have to have a way. Like, if we think about a net, like, you have to have your nets ready to pull in, to grab everything. You know, if you don't have a website, like, you guys probably saw my other prophetic words, I didn't have a website. So I was doing everything, but I had to build my website in order to grab, so that my nets could grab everything that I needed. Like, if your nets are not ready to grab the, like, we're going to say harvest or whatever, the fish or whatever, you can't take everything that he's trying to give you. So Joyce, like, that website, like, in order for people to reach you and contact you and to know about what you provide and the services you provide, like, that may be a key for you, just like it was for me. Like, me not having that website slowed me down, and I wasn't able to reach as many people as I can with the website. So if your website is done, like, I'm excited for you. Harvest month for sure. Definitely. Just finished it now. So confirmation for you, Joyce. It's definitely harvest month. Like, just know, honestly, I truly feel this in my soul, in my heart, in all of me, that November, and if you guys go back, you'll hear me say, I say in a video, I feel like God is about to shift me in November, and this is probably a month ago. But harvest, like, net breaking, all of that in November for sure. Like, just know, if you don't take anything else, prepare, have things in place, finish it, whatever you hear him telling you to do, this is the time in these next 21 days to do it. Yes, done. Thank you, Lord. Amen. Definitely tell someone about our journaling. Yep. So journaling, keeping up. And that's the thing. Like, some people may spend time with God, but sometimes he's giving you things. Honestly, I have a notebook or a pen, but when you hear those things, write it down, because you may think it's just you, but it could be God giving you the blueprint, everything that you need. And you don't write it down, and then you're trying to think back, like, what did he say? I feel like this is for someone to really write it. Write down those things that you hear that you may think it's you, but it's really him giving you next steps, blueprints, all of it. I got all my classes on the refrigerator. Are you graduating, Jasmine? Congrats. I know that was something else, that door that kept closing for you. I'm excited. So May 2021. Congrats. I know you probably feel relieved and less stress. Oh, that's so good. I'm excited. Wow. See, and things like that where you may think, like, and just with Jasmine, she didn't think it would happen. Like, she was really discouraged and she didn't think it would happen. But then, like, now it's like, wow, I have things in place. Things are happening. I see it happening. Like, that's how it's going to be, where you don't think it, but he's working behind the scenes. Like, he's just working on those little things, tying up the loose ends, getting things ready for you, so that when it's time, and it just happens suddenly. I know a lot of people, I mentioned suddenly, but that's something that a lot of people have been hearing. Like, it really is suddenly. It really happens suddenly. I'm testing my email campaign so I could put my page in group. Thanks, Johanna, for the prophetic consultation. This is for me today. What you are talking about? Exactly. I know you mentioned, like, just have automated, keeping things in place, knowing where things are. Like, I feel like that's for you too, Joyce, is that, you know, your group, your emails, your subscribers, all of that stuff, piecing it together like a puzzle, like making sure that everything is in place so that you don't need to work hard. Like, you work smart, not hard. And that's the key. The key is working smart, not hard, because we want to have freedom. We don't want to technically work. It's going to be ease. Like, it's easy. Like, you have to work, but it's about working smart and not hard, and having those things in place ahead of time. When that happens, and when that suddenly happens, you'll be able to keep up. My mind's all over the place with ideas. No help. Yep. So if you feel like it's all over the place with ideas and things are happening, you're like, where is this coming from? Honestly, I have one by my bed when I wake up, because I wake up with visions. Like, I'll wake up and I'll see a vision. So I need to have a notebook, because if I don't write it down, I forget it. And then I'm trying to think back, like, what is this? Like, what did he tell me? So it's just best to have like a notebook or something in place. God is doing a new thing. So yes, definitely being excited, be expecting, be excited. Know that it's happening. Know that, and again, we are all in different seasons. We are all in different stages. Like, it may happen for someone at this point, but it could be happening for you in the next couple of months. Like, prophetic words, you know, I may watch a prophetic word. Like, God may send me a prophetic word from last year, just to say, like, this is something that someone said last year, and it's going to come to pass now. So don't discredit like timing. Like, you may just need to hear this right now and know these steps and these ideas and things that you need to put in place. I mean, honestly, I wish I would have heard it a few months ago for myself, but just know, like, you may not be at a scrambled egg stage, but you may have your egg, like, it may be an egg, and then you're going to get to a point where it's actually coming into fruition and coming to pass. So just know, like, you know, we're all in different seasons, but God is still working behind the scenes for all of us. Increase my faith after I talked to you. I just stopped worrying, and he gave me peace, and I just knew he was going to make a way. See, and that's the thing. It's like, my faith, I have a lot of faith. I believe for other people. I believe for myself. Like, I've been down and out. Like, if I don't believe, like, what, like, there's nothing that, like, there's no reason for me not to believe, because the way that my life was before, it's like, it's a complete 180. It's from me going from where I was, sad, broken, and down, to God using me to help women and help people. And so it's like, what do I lose? What am I losing if I truly believe in what God tells me and what he's saying? So I'm glad that your faith increased after that, Jasmine. That is why I do it. That's what I want to just really help women, like, see and know and understand that, you know, if we can just believe, if we can just have faith, like, our worlds and our lives can change. And that's with me. It's like, my world and my life changed when I believed, when I had faith, when I really followed him, when I gave away my old life, when I started to move in what he was telling me to do. Like, that's when my life started to transform. That's when I started to see the shift happen. And so I want that for other women. I mean, that's why I do what I do. But I really just wanted to hop on and just really encourage people, because I feel like the enemy is trying to keep people down, and God literally created me to ruin the enemy. That's my job, for like my assignment. So I really just wanted to hop on and encourage some people right now to say that you are on track. If you're watching this and it resonates, you know, if you need clarity on anything that I said, just take it to the Lord in prayer and ask him for clarity on certain areas. But just know, November 20th, if you watch this and something happens by November 20th, just comment, come back and comment. Or if it's on my YouTube, come back and comment. I'm excited to know what happens from now and November 20th. I just feel it. I just know it. So 21 days. So prepare, get things done, wrap things up, get the group. If he told you to do a challenge, do your challenge. If he told you to build your website, do your website. But yeah, that's pretty much all that I have. So I hope that this helps someone. All right, later.